Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new video interview with YogaNet Gaming News. Today, we are joined by Mr. Sujit Lahiry, Executive Director and CEO of Skilrock Technologies, a leading provider of lottery and gaming solutions. So, Mr. Lahiri is joining us today to tell us about the company's plans for the upcoming ICE Barcelona exhibition, taking place later this month from January 19 to 21. He will also be discussing with us some of the key issues driving the gaming industry today and how Skillrock's product ecosystem helps operators tackle them effectively. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today, Mr. Lahiri.
Well, my pleasure, and I'm pretty happy to be part of this discussion. And in any way, if I can help the industry, I would be privileged. Thank you.
So, to kick off the interview, what I would like to ask you is, well, of course, online gaming has evolved rapidly over the past few years. From a Skillrock's perspective, what does it mean to build a truly future-ready gaming platform in 2026? And how are operator expectations changing when it comes to, let's say, platform flexibility, speed to market, and long-term adaptability?
Right, great question. So to start with, the future readiness is always very, very important, and that actually comes from the right architecture. So it has to be very flexible, scalable in terms of design, and should not be an afterthought that it gets added later. You have to think and design rightly, right in the beginning. So it becomes much easier, much quicker for various game types and marketing tech, the CRM tech, payment methods, and various other things to be added, right? These are the areas where we have seen changes recently. But then, there are a lot of things which we cannot predict. So your architecture has to be such that, it should be able to have that flexibility. And actually, it impacts directly the speed to market, okay, which
Right.
is at the core. At Skillrock, we adopted microservices-based architecture in our latest platform version, and it allows addition, upgrade, scalability very independently. Each component, can be, kind of picked up, replaced. It makes that very, very fast in terms of, staying ready for what comes next.
Right. And in line with this last question about providing the right solutions, something that I find important is that Skillrock often speaks about iGaming as an ecosystem rather than a collection of verticals. So why is this shift so important for operators looking to scale sustainably? And the other question would be, with the company offering a united platform that covers lottery, casino, sports, crash. Why is unification such a strategic advantage compared to modular solutions?
Right. So we look at iGaming first from the player's perspective, right? And
Right.
we attempt to understand why a player registers and what creates that stickiness onto the platform. So an ecosystem approach serves much better and helps create a common, thread, consistent experience across various game types that you mentioned, like lottery, casino, sports, crash, or any other game, right? So when everything works together on a unified platform, the player's journey feels very seamless
Right.
rather than fragmented. Okay, so that's one very important thing. And this also brings long-term stability and ensures continuity of business and changing player preferences, game formats. Different game formats are emerging, over a period of time. So it allows the operator to respond much faster and evolving game types to be adopted without disrupting, the overall experience.
And another important topic for Skillrock is omni-channel gaming. Um, This capability is often discussed, but not always delivered by other companies. How does Skillrock approach true omni-channel integration across retail, digital, and mobile gaming? What are the keys behind this?
Great. It's a great question. I love to answer this always. So, if you look at the developed markets, they have adopted the digital gaming very significantly. And the emerging markets are still catching up. So, that necessitates the omni-channel approach. So, why? Because in developed markets, the players expect homogeneity. If they are going to a retail outlet or they are going playing online, they should experience the same, game. And in emerging markets, it's still catching up. So the traditional players, are going to adopt digital. So they need a little push. And for this purpose, we blended purpose, we have innovated and come up with a solution called Scan and Play, which is designed to bridge this gap of retail and iGaming, right? And by this also helps to make the shift from digital to digital very simple, and it becomes very familiar. So it connects the physical and digital worlds without disrupting the existing player behavior. Skillrock believes that it should not just be easier for habitual players to adopt iGaming, because there are a lot of hardcore gamblers who have adopted iGaming very easily. But the casual players, they
Right.
should also, and the first time players, it should also be, much easier for them to adopt digital. So offering the first taste of iGaming to new and casual player is going to give long-term success to the operator.
The next question is about regulation. This continues to be one of the biggest challenges for operators, with the gaming industry being so global. Operators sometimes encounter fragmented or varying degrees of regulation from one jurisdiction to the other. My question would be, how does Skillrock help operators stay compliant while still scaling efficiently? And how do you design a platform that can adapt to different regulatory frameworks without slowing down innovation or time to launch?
Yes, again, a good question. So regulation is a very, very critical factor in iGaming, right? And while there had been a significant emergence and a lot of good things have come out of SaaS kind of solutions, right? And which has accelerated the adoption of iGaming, proliferation of iGaming, but it has also created some barriers because of regulatory flexibility. So, what Skillrock therefore believes is that we should not only be restricted to offering a SaaS kind of a solution, but we should also offer standalone solution. So this gives more control and easier to adapt to regulatory requirement and without slowing down the timeline. Okay. So what we believe, after very extensive research, it emerged that 80% of the global regulatory requirements are very common, right? So the regulators have worldwide common aspirations. And with a standalone architecture, it becomes much easier to customize the incremental regulatory requirements, right? So that's the approach Skilltalk takes.
So, Skillrock emphasizes an API first scalable architecture. How does this translate into faster launches and easier customization for your clients? And what role does platform performance and stability play as operators center high growth or newly regulated markets?
Yeah, I just mentioned a few moments ago that
Yeah.
microservices-based architecture offers very high scalability, and that's what actually we use. And the API first approach is inherent in a microservices-based architecture. Since all the microservices are interconnected through very well documented and published APIs, integration with games, tools, third-party systems becomes much easier. This directly translates and facilitates quicker deployment. Because the components are very independent, operators can deploy or modify specific microservices without impacting the entire platform, right? So that flexibility is especially important for high growth markets and newly regulated markets because they undergo a lot of
Mhm.
changes. And in terms of platform stability, are critical. I mean, Skillrock has overcome such typical challenges using such architecture, optimized services. Because many times, there is a talk in the town that microservices actually slow down the system. But no, we have overcome those challenges.
Great. Well, many of these topics we have been discussing will be taking center place at the upcoming ICE Barcelona exhibition, taking place later this month. My question now would be, speaking specifically about the company's portfolio, what key solutions or platform capabilities are you most excited to highlight this year at the show?
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to ICE, ICE Barcelona. So we are particularly excited to highlight some of the, new platform capabilities and the breadth of our offering. We have a lot of products and services and to offer. And while most of the platform providers continue to focus on operators, we also do. But Skillrock has launched something very unique for gaming regulators. And it's a very aptly named as GRS, Gaming Regulatory System. So we would therefore be offering solutions to not only operators, but also regulators. So at the same time, as I stated earlier, omni-channel capability, standalone system, API first approach, microservices based architecture, these are going to generate significant traction. They naturally attract people. And we have a solid presence across various regions around the world. But ICE is, about building the future, right? So we are looking to have a meaningful conversation with operators, with our partners, and we see, collaboration as force multiplier. And we definitely intend to expand into new markets. So that will be our focus for ICE.
Mr. Lahi, again, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be sure to catch up with the team at the show. So everyone, do not miss Skillrock at ICE Barcelona.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone at YogaNet as well as its followers. Thank you.